Hello and welcome to this Auto Expo special. This year it's said to be the largest auto show in the whole of Asia with 80 launches across segments. We are at the Maruti Suzuki stall, a company that has traditionally kickstarted the Auto Expo. I'm Ranajay Banerjee and with me is Jamshed Patel. Hi Jamshed.
Hi. Well Ron, now you have been spending and will be spending a lot of time with all the biggest names at the Auto Expo. We on the other hand, the O-Drive team including myself have spent time and will be spending time with actually the heroes of the auto show, which is the product. Some very interesting launches and unveils. Now the theme of the show this year has been chasing growth, and that's what all manufacturers are emphasizing on. Now Maruti Suzuki, of course, the first press conference of day one, started off with the Brezza. Now let's find out from Bert what the Brezza, their biggest unveil at the 2016 Auto Expo, is all about.
At Maruti Suzuki's Pavilion at Auto Expo 2016, they started off the day with their big bang announcement and reveal, of course, of the new compact SUV, the Tata Brezza. You can see it right behind me over there. I'm going to take on a quick walk around of what this SUV has to offer. As you can see, some reasonably good styling details out there. The headlamps. Let me try and focus on that. Yeah, there's the headlamps. The front grille, very narrow, compact looking grille, with the nameplate just below it, and the air dams, driving lamps. Now what you can see out here probably will be one of the optional offerings from Maruti, the customizable option, and that's why you can see the roof out there. Well, that's a white roof, and that can be interchanged. So there's a white roof, and the standard trim might have the black floating roof effect. Let me just show you what I mean with the black floating roof effect. A side profile will show you clearly how the D pillar, well, there's that effect. And the A pillars, the B pillars, and the C pillars sort of are being blacked out, and that gives you that floating roof effect. Under the hood right now is the standard diesel engine, which you're all very well familiar with, but except this case, the Tata Brezza makes 200 Newton meters of max torque with roughly about 90 PS of max power. I'm going to very quickly move in to the interiors as well. I'll just show you what that's like. Yeah, very basic, very simple, but something that you've already seen on other Maruti vehicles as well. There's a steering wheel with all the controls mounted on it. That's a center console panel right there. 5-speed manual transmission. Maruti is working on a petrol engine, rather has got a petrol engine ready for this, and there will be both diesel and petrol engine options for the Tata Brezza. They're also looking at an AMT, and sometime in the future, yes, the AMT might also come on. Right at the rear, tail end looks very, very handsome, very smart. The car should be ready for launch out in the markets and showrooms roughly by the first quarter, end of first quarter, so that we're expecting it to be in showrooms by March, late March, early April. Price points, of course, we're looking at somewhere in that 6 to 8 lakh rupee bracket, which should make it very, very interesting. But let's see what Maruti has in store for us.
We are targeting 2 million sales and production by 2020. We recognize in order to achieve that goal, not gateway, we needed more model which is customer expected. That's why we are planning to develop that new, including full model change, the new model launch. About that, we have to planning it at the 15 model here.
XE is a product that Jaguar Land Rover is really banking on, a product that is going to be assembled in India. I also caught up with Ralph Speth, the global CEO of Jaguar Land Rover, who says that even though China may be showing signs of slowing down, he continues to be cautiously optimistic. Isko ek aap.
This is the Jaguar XE, which was just launched in the Auto Expo in Greater Noida. Now, we've already driven the XE, and as you can see, it's already been gathering some friends. But this car's we launched at a starting price of 39.9 lakhs. That's for the pure variant, which comes with the 4-cylinder petrol, 2-liter petrol engine, which makes about 200 PS of max power. And this is for the pure variant. There is the portfolio variant as well, which has got the larger engine, actually larger in the sense it makes more power. That's close to about 240 PS of max power, and the pricing for that goes up to about 46 lakhs. Very sleek car, great in performance, great in dynamics as well, good ride quality. The XE's assembled in India. That's one of the reasons why Jaguar has been able to get down the price factor for this car. There's also news about diesel, and that was one of the highlights that the XE was getting popular for globally. But the diesel isn't in the plan immediately. It will come down in the future for sure. But Jaguar still hasn't revealed plans as to when that will happen. We'll get you more information on our website, on the application, and both on iOS and Android devices. And watch the show for a lot more details on the XE. We will also be bringing you a short drive, quick drive of this car very, very soon. So stay tuned.
It's a real driver's car. It's cat agile and really a very, very good combination. Best design, stands out, high performance, and on the other hand, especially with the new engines, low emissions, low fuel consumption, low cost of ownership. So what a package, a really smart package.
Right. But just talk a little to me also about the global economy and what is Jaguar Land Rover's view of it? Because there seems to be a lot of turmoil, pessimism, and especially as a luxury car maker, are you worried of what you're seeing around the world?
Yeah, in many areas you really can be worried. Worried about the economy, but even more worried about people and what's going on there. Overall, from a poor economy point of view, I'm cautiously optimistic because we see regions coming up again. I don't see that China is going to slow down more. GDP growth of around about 7-8% is really based on the higher basis, a good improvement. India, a lot of trust in India, GDP growing up, so I see really cautiously optimistic in the future, and I see especially for Jaguar Land Rover a lot of space.
You're saying cautiously optimistic, Dr. Spade, but clearly China, which has accounted for 25% or more of your overall volumes, we've seen sales decline last year and so far this financial year. So how are you reassessing the China market in the context of the slowdown that everybody is talking about?
Now, yeah, last year was a very difficult year for us. Yes, we have seen the slowing down of the overall economy, also of the automotive market, as any other company. In addition, we had this very special situation around the port, as you know, and therefore we really had a challenging year. We see right now already that China is coming back, China is stabilized, and so we are really looking forward. And in addition, I can say that Europe is the biggest market for Jaguar Land Rover, and that we are nicely balanced all around the world, so we are not depending just only on China.
Tata Motors is the company that is desperate to see a turnaround as far as their passenger vehicles are concerned under a new management structure. Here's a review of the much-awaited Nexon and a quick chat with Tim Liverton, the product head at Tata Motors.
So here at the Tata Motors stall, we just saw Anand Mahindra admire a few of the Tata Motors products. 4 of them are catching the eye of the media. The first, of course, is the Zeekr. Having faced the unfortunate circumstance of having to change its name, of course, after the Zeekr, which is the immediate launch, is going to be the Kite 5, which is still in a concept form, but that's predominantly what it's going to look like. That's the sedan that's based on the Zeekr. Now, the other product that's very interesting is, and that's close to production, is the Hexa, which will follow the Kite 5. Now, the Hexa is essentially based on the Ariya's platform, but now they're repositioning it even higher up into the premium segment as a premium SUV. It's going to have a lot more features, but the biggest thing in that car is, for the first time for an Indian manufacturers, they've designed 19-inch wheels, which is the first for Indian manufacturers. Behind me, of course, now is the really, really good-looking Nexon, which looks like a concept, but it, as we've been told, looks very close to production, but it is still some time before the launch. It is going to come up against the likes of the Creta and the other compact SUVs, but if it does continue to look like that, Tata really have hit the nail on the head.
Well, the passenger vehicle business, obviously, we are looking to grow faster than the industry, and each of these new products will inject that growth for our business. And really, you can expect over the next 2-3 years, we are going to participate in all the main segments in the market, the biggest segments and the fastest growing segments. That's a big portfolio that we've got to roll out. We said we'll do that at 2 products a year. So that will give us a steady growth ahead of the market. And in terms of the balance between the two businesses, then certainly we'll more than double, triple what we're doing today.
Well, there you have it. Tata Motors really hoping that 2016 could be a turnaround year for the company. During the day, I also caught up with Anand Mahindra, who says that while the diesel ban may have hurt M&M, but the company is investing and thinking ahead into the future. And he says he's also willing to sit down with Sunita Narayan of CSE to do the right things. Listen in.
It feels like we've been waiting forever. And anticipation of a turnaround, of an uptick in the economy is the only way I can describe the kind of sensibility of the auto industry over the last couple of years. I was very hopeful that we would see a robust turnaround in the first quarter of this calendar year. I'm not that optimistic as I was in the next few months. M&M has seen an uptick in its sales in January, as you know, largely due to new products, but I would like to see a larger, a higher threshold of automotive sales. If you look, general industry sales have been somewhat slack. I'm very hopeful still because the government is doing all the right things. It understands that it needs to invest in infrastructure, it needs to provide a trigger for the economy. But on the ground, I think there still has to be a trickle-down effect of those policies. We haven't seen them yet.
As a company, of course, because of the whole diesel controversy, what is the way forward? Because, and I started this interaction also, the uncertainty, of course, is about what happens post March 31st, nobody knows. So in that sense, as a company, how difficult does it become for you to, we know the auto industry, there's a gestation period, you need to plan for the long run.
Well, that's why, Ronald, it's not as if we pulled a rabbit out of our hats and suddenly came up with a 2-liter engine in a space of a month, nor did we pull a rabbit out of our hat and come up with a gasoline powertrain. I'm very proud of our people in the sense that they recognize that they need to have alternate powertrains and that facts should ultimately prevail as to what is right. Is diesel in general the villain, or is it old diesel? Is there a job to do to take old vehicles and trucks off the road? Are there other culprits to the Delhi air? This will be sorted out not by the auto industry but by very rational surveys and studies which will continue to come in. In the meantime, we have to be ready as a company, and we started planning this many years ago. The gasoline powertrain wasn't planned post the diesel ban. It came out many years ago. Our investment in electric was not something that was a knee-jerk reaction. So as far as I'm concerned, every car company has to be future ready.
Right. You were one of the first companies, Mr. Mahindra, to embrace electric mobility. You said that will be the future of mobility. The 5 C's M&M came up with. Now are you most sanguine about the future of electric mobility? You've had a FAME program which may or may not be meeting its desired purpose, but at least in terms of people's understanding and the fact that we need electric mobility way forward, are you most optimistic now since you made that Brezza acquisition?
Again, I'm sounding repetitive, but the point about planning for the future is not to take a position and to say the future is going to be electric, the future is going to be gasoline, or the future is going to be clean diesel. I believe car companies have to look and invest in all technologies. Is this the tipping point for electric? I don't know. It may be. On the other hand, you have oil prices so low that there is a very good commercial reason to defer adoption of electric. On the other hand, regulation might spur it onwards, as we are seeing in Delhi. So we have to be ready, not just with one technology, but with one technology for a particular geography and particular market. Scandinavia, for example, is taking the lead in going electric. So as far as we are concerned, we are going to launch the E2O this year in Europe, in London and Europe. And if you ask me what am I optimistic about, I'm optimistic about the E2O and Mahindra Reva's forays overseas, even before India.
Well, that was Anand Mahindra in conversation with me, saying the disruption that technology was causing to the manufacturing industry and the impact of the shared economy on the automobile sector. This is our first break here on the Auto Expo special. On the other side, we get your review of all the top two-wheeler picks of the day. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Welcome back to this Auto Expo special. There has been a lot of excitement as far as the two-wheeler space is concerned. Even though the volumes may have been tepid, but the companies are fiercely competing with each other for gaining that extra market share. A big highlight this year was Honda's latest products, Navi. Here's a review of that.
Honda has come to the 2016 Auto Expo with an absolute bang. Now, they've announced for the off-roading enthusiasts that they will be launching the iconic off-roader, the Africa Twin CRF 1000L in the Indian market. But at their exhibit, there is one vehicle type that is actually taking away the attention from the Africa Twin, and that is something I cannot even describe as a vehicle type. Now, that's the Honda Navi that you see right behind me. It's a vehicle that bridges the gap between a scooter and a motorcycle, as in it's got a 110cc engine that sits below you and an automatic transmission, just like in a scooter, but it also has the ergonomics of a motorcycle. So in that sense, it is quite confusing, but when it does come down to India, like it or hate it, there is one thing that you can't complain about, is that there isn't enough innovation in the commuter space. And that's exactly what Honda is proving.
What Navi basically provides is the freedom of expression. And starting with the basic model, which you can see on the back side, the camera can show that. So this is the basic standard model, but how it can be transformed, for realizing their dreams, you can see on the left-hand side, it's all chrome Navi. So it's only your own fashion statement. You can pick and choose from the Navi art world. So we have a, totally customized area. So youngsters, based on their lifestyle, the fashion statement they want to make, they can customize this vehicle the way they want.
Well, this time round, Hero may not have surprised us with any breakthrough product, but the company is steadfast in its ambition to continue and maintain and strengthen its position in the two-wheeler market. In fact, even eyeing a significant share in the premium segment where its market share is low.
Here at the Hero Motocorp Pavilion, 4 new concepts have been unveiled, starting with a new electric scooter, the Duet E, which is a direction that the company intends to take in the future. Behind me is the new iteration of the highest-selling motorcycle in the world, the Splendor iSmart. Now, they're moving away from the successful formula of 100cc to 110cc. They think this is the new thing that's going to make the iSmart even more popular than it already is. Third, of course, is the Extreme 200. Now, this is going to move up from 150 to the 200cc segment, but this is going to be sometime next year. It also showcases the company's capabilities for introducing ABS across their model range. The fourth is this concept right here, which is the new design direction for all performance motorcycles of Hero Motocorp from above 250cc. Remember, Eric Buell Racing is no longer there, so they're moving all their R&D facilities to their Jaipur facility, and they're going to do everything in-house, and that is the direction that their performance motorcycles is going to take in the future.
The 2 new motorcycles, the Extreme 200 Sports and the XF 3R concept, clearly the direction and the design we are headed into the future. This is the area where Hero is still a small percentage in the market, but clearly with range of the new products that we will be offering in the premium segment, we clearly have an intention to get a higher market share and go for leadership status there.
Well, as we say goodbye, here's a special chat with a very special person, even when he is retired. Join us once again tomorrow for more product reviews and news and updates from the entire team here at CNBC TV 18 Overdrive. Thanks very much for watching.
I've thoroughly enjoyed driving BMWs, and it serves the purpose. When I want to go on tours, long tours and all that, and the X5 serves the purpose. i8 is brilliant. It's not just very sporty looking, but also what it does. I think it performs phenomenally, and I think it gives something like 33 kilometers a liter, and that's unreal. It's about passion. I'm passionate about cricket, and I'm passionate about driving. Passionate about driving on the field and off the field as well. So it speaks to my heart.